Hey, we're back.
Hello, we return with more ridiculous shenanigans. So without further ado, initiative.
I
Somebody in the
rolled.
chat roll initiative for the chat.
I have 10.
I want to know what the chat has rolled. What was Adelina? 10?
10.
Shit. Oh, wow.
All right,
Chat
I
rolled
got
a
what?
4.
10 for Oogna. What else have I got?
3 from
22.
Perni. Whoa, nice.
Nice.
22 for Tromlin. Was that a 3 I heard for Copernicus?
Unfortunately, yes.
All right, Fetid?
16.
Nice.
All right. And what is the bonus I'm working with? -1. All right then. That is a 5. All right.
Still faster than Perni.
I'm glad we opened the boat door
Nope.
first.
Yeah.
So the golem lurches out and would make like a surprise action or whatever, but its action is basically powering up and like lurching towards you because you're not immediately in front of it because of the ropes. So it's basically going to spend its time kind of like powering up and moving, ka-chonk, ka-chonk, hiss, steam-like noises, except the steam is all like glowing green mist. There appears to be a barrel of carved stone that is the torso of this thing, like a section of pillar with a glowing green um, captured rock in the middle. Not really a gem, but like just a glowing green piece of marble or something that's part of the carving. And then around that are the iron bands to which are attached the various appendages, which include big chunky legs that look like hydraulics with like tank tready bottoms that it's like shuddering forward on, and then it's got the two big beefy arms that are like huge ball joints with piston like limbs, and then they've got these big pincher grabby two-pronged hand like things on the end. And then there is a head-like structure that is really just a big bar of green light in a vaguely head-shaped helmet structure sitting on top. Clearly just because someone felt it needed to be humanoid, not because it really needs to have that. And it lurches out towards you. So, Tromlin, you're up first.
Yay. Shit, I should probably my spells. Ow! Fuck. Sorry. I hate having an old man back.
You seen that cartoon that someone was sending? It was circulating that was like it was a heart and a pancreas or something, and they were talking to each other about it's like I'm still doing good. I've probably got this many years. Yeah, I'm
I'm young
feeling
and
pretty good
healthy.
too. And then
Yep.
the third panel widens and it's a spine, and it just says I'm old, so very old. It's like that's the human body aging at different rates.
Do I have third level spells yet? We've talked about
Not yet, but we have been talking about it.
I will not filter those spells. Let's see. What ceremony would be useless right now?
We could wet it.
You could marry somebody.
Muzzle tov, golem. It breaks a glass. Then one of my
Yep.
babies. Trying to think. So what kind of golem is this? Do I know? Is it metal?
I mean, it seems to be a machine. You're not really 100% sure that it is a golem.
Okay.
There's clearly some magic going on here, and there's like weird steam and joints, and who knows?
I have an idea. Let me see. Damage does this do? I'm just fuck it. Radiant bolt.
Zorch. Zorch this thing. Guiding bolt, you mean, I assume?
Yeah, bolt.
Yep. Important because that gives you some bonuses. So you cast a second level spell slot or first level spell slot?
Second level.
Okay.
That's
So
17.
make your roll to hit.
17.
Total of 17 does not exceed its armor class.
Okay.
So you zap it and it hits its metallic frame and kind of ricochets off harmlessly. And it's like, Jesus.
I mean, that makes sense. It's made of metal. It's, you know.
Yeah, it does have a high armor class. Although I will point out you do have inspirations. If you want to use one, you may do so.
I might do, yeah,
You
do
don't have
mind
to.
to reroll
Sure.
that.
Yeah, if you want to spend the inspiration, you can reroll that.
Alright.
And I'll remind the audience, of course, once again, that you can all feel free to cheer for our heroes if you want to see them get more inspirations.
That would be an AC 24.
That'll do it.
Like, I hope that does it. We got a big
Yep.
fucking problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It, in fact, has an AC of 20, so it's not
Ooh.
insignificant.
Yep.
But you exceed that. So 5d6 radiant damage, please.
Alright, I'm rolling right now. Oh. That's nice.
One of the few damage types it does not have resistance or immunity to.
18. 28.
Nice.
I
All
basically
right.
rolled 3 6s and 2 5s.
All right, so you can see as you kind of get past some of the iron bands around this thing that you've kind of chipped at the stone pillar of its central torso with this radiant energy. And then, of course, that also has the effect of giving, is it you? No, anyone in the party, the next attack roll has advantage. So speaking of which, Fetid is up next.
Nice.
All right. I
My
would.
free action.
Good boy.
I want to tell my children to get behind Grandpa.
They will do so. Aw, look at this little boy. No, I want to see him again. Where'd he go?
He's coming.
Aw,
Oh,
Good boy.
big bird.
we're getting some training here.
Yeah.
Is he going to do it?
Yep.
Such a good boy.
Oh, good boy.
Mhm.
So good.
Just for those of you who are unaware, it is training time.
For
And this is the
birdies.
time when there's a grape.
Pippin, come. Good boy.
Uh-huh. So,
Uh,
yeah,
I
Fetid.
would like to attempt to shoot this thing with my gun.
You may
Yeah,
do
you
that.
got a gun now.
Chaboom. Somebody
Only
is
got
too
one
anxious for
shot.
training.
But it's something. Oh, that's not
Twice.
very good. I would like to spend a
And
Inspiration.
roll.
Don't just roll again because remember you're the next attack, so you get advantage
yeah.
because of the
Right,
guiding.
right.
Guiding bolts.
Come back up here, boys.
I got the same number.
Good boys.
All right, so that
Good boys.
is a 12.
Not gonna break a 20. So
Yeah, it's-
chang, it just ricochets off its
Ka-ching.
metal hide.
Yeah. Well.
Do you want to do anything with your free action or anything of that nature?
I don't know if there's anything I can really do.
Well, you can nail it with your and you probably want to your hunter's mark. That's a free action.
Yeah, that's true. I always
Just so
forget
that if you do hit it, you'll
I
get
should
that
mark it.
bonus.
Good
Yes.
boy.
Yeah.
Wait, you
absolutely.
rolled with advantage, right, when you attacked it, correct?
Yeah, I rolled the
Turn
same
around.
number both times.
Making sure.
Gonna turn
Wah,
around.
wah. Unfortunate. Okay.
Turn around, bud. Turn around.
All right. So next up is Oogna.
Good boy.
360.
All right. How far is this thing out of the room?
It's just taken a few steps out towards you guys.
All
like
right.
maybe 10 feet.
So if I were to jam my shoulder up against the door and shove, could I shove it back into the closet?
Probably not. You'd have to try and move it. Like it's
Gotcha.
not small.
Yeah, yeah. No, I figured it was probably pretty big.
It's like a
I was
good 10 feet tall.
Can I? Is there any way to coordinate with Oogna, like to? I was gonna use my action to give you fly, and I want to see if we can AT-AT this thing because the rope's already there,
Oh, that's true.
and it's already anchored. But that would require you holding till after I can act, so that I can
Mhm.
cast fly.
Yeah,
I don't know
you
if
know
I'm.
what?
I don't know if Perni's able to be like, oh, wait, and like try and get his action first so that you can do because that'll increase your speed to 60, and you can like really zoom around the room.
Just run on the walls. I rolled
Yeah. Oh my god.
bad enough that
Yeah.
I could be confused for a little bit,
You
like looking
actually
around
might
like,
not need fly. You might just be able to use the boost to like.
yeah, I might be able to.
Yeah, I mean, you can leap and bound very rapidly.
Yep. I think you can speak out of your turn, so if you want to briefly,
Yeah. It's like Oogna, hold. I have an idea.
I'm like already half drawing my hammer, and I'll just stop.
Somebody is too anxious for more training. They're like,
They
we're not going to
really-
wait for you to hold the thing up.
They really wanted that grape.
We want the grape. We want a grape. We want a grape. Whenever the boys are antsy about something, they just start chattering together, and we just interpret that as a chant.
Yeah.
So when it's their bedtime and they start chattering, we're like, we want bed. We want bed. Or if they haven't been let out of their cage for a while and they start chattering, we want it out. We want it out.
And they do everything together. So yeah, you can take your turn, and I will hold.
Well,
So
unfortunately, it goes before Copernicus.
Ah, that's right. That's cool.
So, do you wish to hold?
Who's it going after? Does it look like it's
I
lurching
mean,
out?
you're the one right in front of it.
Right.
Tromlin and Fetid have both attacked it from range, and I presume from behind you, since you were the one opening the door. So it's just coming straight towards you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pause for long then. I would like to hit this thing. How?
Okay, in what fashion?
With my hammer, doing a pushing attack, and I would like to shove it towards the edge.
Indeed.
If I can shove it as far as the river, that would be great.
So go ahead and make that hammer attack.
Mm-hmm.
You got a break armor class 20.
I did 21.
All right. Slam.
Sorry, 22. Misadded.
Roll your damage and
My
add your bonus from your. Yep, from your.
I rolled a 10 on the damage. So that's 17 already. Plus.
And then your extra D8.
My D8 is a 1. So,
So
18. 18 damage, and I push it in 15 feet of a direction of my choosing, which is.
Well, except
that way.
you don't. It gets a strength saving throw.
That's true.
To determine whether that happens.
And I'm sure it's pretty good at strength.
It has a 24 strength.
That's better than me.
Strong.
It's better
Dang.
than me.
Yeah, it definitely made that saving throw.
That's fine. I still pushed it. And I
I
have
have
another
a
attack.
30 on that saving throw.
That's a lot. Hit it again. Ooh, I don't think that's gonna hit. That's only a 16. I rolled 8, so.
Total 16? Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
no. Nope. Blang, it hits it, but it
Tong.
just harmlessly rings
It was-
off of the metal.
Much more solid than I was expecting.
You have a full set of inspirations.
I do. I could try that again. Thank you.
I'm just saying.
buddies. Why don't I give that a shot? Because this thing's coming my way next.
Exactly.
And it will probably
Well,
mess me up pretty good.
immediately, in fact.
I am spending that
It's
inspiration.
fair.
I will do so when there are less birds on my hands.
Go
But I
for
can
it.
roll
Yeah, you can
that
roll a
second
dice.
attack again. Oh, that's much better. 12 plus 8 will just hit 20.
20, you do it. That's exactly the number you need.
Nice.
Bing.
Nice.
All right, damage.
Yep. I am also going to spend another point on it.
Unsurprising. And are you going to try that pushing again?
Yeah, let's.
It is once again making its saving throw.
14.
Not as high this time, but I still have a 22.
I got 21 damage.
All right.
So I'm at least hitting
That's-
it.
You guys done like 67 damage already. So this is pretty good.
That's pretty good.
I would
Wanna
put
step
out
up?
that you have an action surge. I don't know how badly you want to keep going, but you can save it.
I feel like there may be more danger down here. Good boy.
Okay. So waiting. You're done?
Yep.
All right. It is unhappy that you have run up and hit it with a hammer. So it's going to return the favor and hit you with its big, bulky arm things.
That's cool.
So this is
I
a
haven't
slam.
fought a machine before.
It has 2 melee attacks to slam you. What's your armor class again?
17.
All right.
I'm guessing it will
So
hit.
one attack misses. I actually rolled a nat 1,
Oh.
so it swishes over your head,
Turn around.
which is still a 14, but that's not enough. The other definitely hits you.
Yeah.
Because it has a plus 13 to hit.
Whew.
And it is going to do 3d8 plus 7 damage to you.
It's pretty good.
Yes.
You gonna turn around? Turn around.
That
Turn around.
is 25 damage.
Ooh. I can take it. Good boy.
And that's its 2 attacks, so it's done.
Sweet. Pippin.
And next up is Copernicus.
Alrighty. I'm torn between summoning Flockwabon into the river of shit, which would be pretty great. I don't think I've ever really tortured Flockwabon before. Or making Oogna fly for an AT-AT trip. Or how close is it to the edge?
Not very. This is the edge is on the left-hand side, and this was the right-hand door. So it's quite a ways, like
Turn around.
more than 20 feet.
Turn around. No, turn around.
No, got
I can get- I can
confused.
get-
It's okay, buddy. You can
I
turn
can,
around.
I can get 10 feet going.
Good boy.
I think Zoomy Oogna
You gonna turn around?
tripping this thing would be so much
Ooh,
fun.
Sorry, bud.
And I think that's going to be more entertaining than just continuing to push it towards the shit river.
Alright,
So
fly
I'm
spell on
going
Oogna.
to fly spell on Oogna, and then I'm going to keep the grandkids behind me and cast it or do it. My bonus action, I'm going to do a distracting intrusion to try and lower this thing's saves. So
Okay.
it makes the with save DC 15 or is disadvantage on attacks and saves until my next turn. So if anyone's going to do anything to this thing, anything that requires a save, it has disadvantage. It's an easier
Yeah.
time to get past its saves right now.
Nothing happens. As you quickly discover that it doesn't have a mind to speak of.
Oh no!
So you imagine it has quite a few immunities to various types of magic, and this is one of them. So your distracting intrusions fall on a non-sentient mind.
Gotcha. Okay. But yeah, and Perni will say something about I know from history the battle against the Atats they used a tripping stratagem that I think should serve us very greatly in this moment.
Excellent.
Good.
Okay, we're back to the top. Tromlin, you're up.
Okay. Shit. No one's hurt.
Yes,
so
there's
far,
lots of that
correct?
here. Sorry, say again?
No one's hurt so far yet, correct?
Oogna has been hit and injured, but is the only
I-
person who has been.
I look
How
fine.
bad are you hurt?
Fine. You've seen me take
Fine.
bigger punches.
I just want to make sure.
Yep.
You know, I don't want anyone to. I'm just trying to look at spells I could do that would actually affect this thing. I mean,
Well, you know your guiding bolt definitely did damage to it. So
Okay,
clearly
so
radiant
do it
damage
again.
is doable. Yeah, you could do it again.
right, that's what we got. Well, supply. The child that's in all my dice for me. Oh. Oh, hey, what's up? That's not bad. Wait, what is my modifier just to make sure?
8, I think. 7 or 8. Let me just quickly pull it up.
Oh!
You're +7 to hit.
Okay, so this is actually higher than 26.
Very good.
Hmm.
That'll do it. Damage. Again, are you doing a second level spell slot?
Yep. Uh, not as cool this time. 21?
Yep. Okay, 21 total
Mm-hmm.
is, and again, this is now going to grant somebody advantage.
Yes.
Okay. Fetid. What you gonna do, Fetid?
I am going to. Hang on. So are we continuing to try and push this guy off the ledge, maybe?
Oogna seems to be trying to push it back into the closet
Oh, okay. That's
that
also
it came
an
out
option.
of.
Oh no,
All right,
my
I will
pushes were
try
to try and push
and.
it off the ledge
Oh, sorry, I thought you
previously.
were trying
Yeah,
to push it back in the closet.
no,
I mean, it didn't work.
it's
It
really
hasn't
strong.
moved.
Yeah, Uga's
It's
been like
still, it's
hitting it
exactly where it
as
was,
hard
yeah.
as she can with her hammer, and it's not doing much.
All right. I'm gonna try and gathered swarm it just to see if I can budge it that way.
Do, do, do,
But I don't have high
do.
hopes because it looks like that's a strength save.
Yeah, this also appears to not take your action, so you
Yeah,
can
that's
still
why I
do
want to
something
try
else.
that before I.
All right, DC is 15 and it has a
Hmm.
plus 10, so we'll see.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I only have an 8, but that's still an 18.
Yeah. Close.
We'll give it a try.
All right. In that case, I. Gosh, what am I gonna do? Let me see. Wonder if. What does web do? Does that? I know that'll immobilize things. Does it also
Yep.
give them a disadvantage on hitting?
I think if something is entangled in a web, it
Yeah.
can be far worse than disadvantage.
It gets a
Yeah.
strength
so
save though to
basically-
get out.
it creates it can makes the area considered difficult terrain
Yeah.
and lightly obscured, which means that people who are good at hiding can hide.
Mhm.
And each creature that starts its turn in the web or that enters it has to make a dex save. And if it fails, it gets restrained until it breaks 3. So now breaking free is a strength check, but that is, at the very least, would take its turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna web him with my full
Okay.
action then.
So it gets a dex save to avoid the web. It is not good at this.
Yay.
It has a -1 dex save.
Excellent.
I have rolled a 7, which becomes a 6. That's a fail.
Nice.
So it kind of doesn't even try to dodge. It sort of like moves one of its arm. That's as close as it comes to trying to dodge. And then it's just covered in webs that are stuck to the wall behind it and just generally webbed up. I'm assuming you're positioning the web so that it doesn't quite reach Oogna.
Yeah, I don't want to inconvenience my
Yeah.
buddies. I just want to
Yeah.
make things tougher for this guy.
All right. That is a successful thing. Next up is Oogna.
All right. Well, this thing's still coming my way, so let's do some more hammering.
Do some bludgeoning. All right.
Ooh. I rolled both my
First
attacks at
attack.
once. I both rolled super high on them. A 19 and a 17 before I add the +8, so I'm
Those will hit.
guessing they hit.
Yep.
I am going to.
Are you going to burn through your maneuvers? You've already used 2.
Yeah. I will use one more.
Okay. Same idea to try and potentially push it.
Let's try my fainting attack,
Sure.
which gives me advantage, which I don't need because I hit really good, but it adds my die roll to the damage on hit. Whew.
Indeed.
So 23 on the first damage.
Nice.
And then I don't have the D8 on the second one, but I still do 13 damage, so not terrible.
Bing, bang, bong, bang.
Clang,
Um,
clong, clong.
You're still saving your action surge.
Yeah, how's this thing looking? Is it dented?
It's got some dents in it.
Slightly scuffed.
It's hard to judge. You can't tell. You know, it's not like got cuts or bleeding or anything. It's just got some dents in it.
It's got some dents.
It has slowed down a bit, but that could just be the webs.
That's true. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'll save the action surge and just be like, you guys want to start getting to the boat?
It goes next. It has to spend its action breaking free. It does so, not too surprisingly, with a plus 10.
Strength.
And I believe the DC is 16. Just double checking. 15. So I rolled above a 5. So it easily snaps free of the webs and continues to surge forward. However, that takes its action, so it cannot do anything else. And it's on to Copernicus again.
I think I will get the grandkids into the boat with me in case we're gonna do let's just opt out of the encounter. Certainly wouldn't hurt. So I'll load us into the boat. And then so when I multitask, if I want to concentrate on fly and say like witch bolt, mostly I just want to impress the grandkids, and I feel like wanton destruction is something that they'll be into. So multitask is I can concentrate on 2 spells at once. I have disadvantage on checks.
Oop, we just lost Randy.
Oh, he's back.
He returns.
But if I'm going to concentrate on 2 spells, the disadvantage doesn't come up until I get like hit or take damage, or I do something that provokes a save, right? I don't have to just.
It's disadvantage. Yeah, it's disadvantage on concentration checks, but you still make concentration checks at normal times.
Okay. So then I'm going to go ahead and risk it. I'm going to go ahead and cast. I'm going to do a witch bolt on this thing, and I'm going to turn to the grandkids first and be like, "Get in the boat. Stay behind me. I've got this." And then I'm going to like force lightning it, and yeah.
Go for it. Now it's still a witch bolt. You just got to make a hit roll, and it still has an AC of 20. So let's see how you do.
All right. I'm willing to burn my last inspiration on this.
Yep. So you've got a plus 7 to hit.
So that's an 18 in the first, and I'm going to use the inspiration.
Oh, 18 total. Right. I was going to say 18 plus 7 is more than 20, but no.
Yeah. I really want to impress the grandkids. Oh, the same roll twice.
Oh.
Oh.
Wah, wah. Okay. So a witch bolt goes blasting the green force lightning from Copernicus, but ricochets and scatters off of the stone torso, the iron and stone torso. And we're
Crossing
back
my
at
fingers that the grandkids can't tell the difference, and they're still just impressed by the pyrotechnics.
yeah, they're all like, ooh. Back up to the top, Tromlin. Your grandkids or your kids are getting into the boat.
I'm going to cast Entangle.
Indeed. Do you need... I don't think... I'm just double checking the spell. Because I think you might need to cast it somewhere where there's like plants or something. Nope, just sprout from the ground. Doesn't say it has to be like a normal earthen thing. It's just whatever the ground is. So like the stones crack as vines and things shoot up through them. Sure. Yeah, you call on the green man, and a 20-foot square within range becomes a difficult terrain of writhing weeds and vines. Again,
back up and get into the boat as well for my kids because I want to be with them.
And I'm assuming we're positioning that so that Oogna's not in it, although Oogna's flying now, so.
I would still, if Oogna has to land, I don't want her to land in the stuff, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's basically just my attempt to take away his turns.
Yep.
Smart.
So he gets a strength saving throw or is restrained. He has successfully made that. So as far as you can see right now, the vines and weeds grasp at its huge tank tread legs. Next up is Fetid again.
All right. don't think I should burn all of my spell slots on this guy.
But you also can
So-
see that Copernicus and Tromlin and the spider babies are all getting in this boat at the edge of the drop.
Yeah, I guess I'll join them. I think that makes
Maybe
more
grab
sense.
us some gondola poles on your way if you
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
Well, and in fact, maneuvering this thing down the 10-foot drop to the little river might require some effort.
We have a flying Oogna.
Yep.
That's true. And flying grandpa.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to do anything else?
No, I think
You're
I
gonna
just
save
went
your
around.
first level, your spell slots. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Next up is Oogna. So you grab the gear, the poles and other gear for getting out of here and get them to the boat. We're back to Oogna.
All right. So the boat's down by the river.
Yep.
I'm still up on the stairs with this thing. And
Not
directly
stairs. There's just a big open
Right,
area
right.
with the two big open doors. You're in front of one of them.
Yeah.
The other open door is where the equipment was, and then beyond that is the drop off at the edge, and that's where everybody else is with this gondola.
Cool. I think if the thing was to fall over the edge, it would fall on the gondola or near it.
No, the gondola is not in the river yet.
Oh, okay,
It's
cool.
on the gondola is on the lip next to
Then
it
my
where
plan
you
will work.
would have put it.
I am going to, cause kind of, it's focused on me because I'm the one hitting it in the head with a giant hammer. I am
True.
going to, as soon as I feel the familiar tingle of Perni's blood magic, realize I can float and fly over the drop off and taunt this thing. Be like, come we'll get some. Hey, blockhead,
Oh,
I'm over here.
interesting.
Yes. Wrestling taunts.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you gonna say? Let's actually
Yeah.
let's have that. I want to
Hey.
hear a wrestling taunt.
Hey, blockhead. You think you're so tough? You get over here. We'll see what you can do to this. And I'll like hold my hammer in the air and like motion like I'm giving it a free shot at me. Come on, land one right here.
Okay,
Your punch wasn't nothing.
so this thing doesn't.
I love that you're shit talking a mindless machine
Yes,
and it might
correct.
work. I love this
Correct.
so much.
That's what I was looking up. It doesn't have. I don't think it would have immunity to this. It just has advantage on the saving throw. Because it can understand. It says it can understand the language of the thing that made it. It just can't speak.
I'm ordering it to
Um,
punch me in the chest.
All right, it's going to. It gets advantage on the saving throw is the big thing. So yeah, it's going to make it. I've got
Oh,
a
okay.
15,
All right.
and your DC is only 13.
Mm,
So it's not taunted,
what?
which would I believe the effect of that is that it gives it disadvantage to attack anyone other than you.
Yeah.
But it does still want to attack you. You are clearly
It's
the major
true.
threat.
Can I goose this by spending one of my class features for my commanding presence, which gives me a bonus to persuade or performance?
I mean, I'm having it come your way either way, so
That's
I don't
true,
know that it's
yeah.
really worth it.
Sounds good.
I don't think you should spend one of your maneuver points for
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
And in fact, it's going to like casually rip away from the entangling vines as if they weren't there,
Yep.
with its ridiculous strength, and come barreling over in your direction. So the tank treads rev up, and it goes zoom towards you and the boat because
I'm
you're beyond
right
the
by
boat
the
now.
edge, and I'm just gonna like fly backwards the closer it gets to me.
Well, so the boat is between you and it.
Right.
So you're leading it towards the rest of the
Oh,
party.
okay, okay. Can I lift the boat?
Yes, you can, or at least you have the strength to help it down into the water if that's
Perfect.
what you wish to do.
Yep. Then I'm going to get it out of the way and bring this thing towards us.
So your taunting takes your action, so
Yep.
it's going to go first
Gotcha.
before you can do anything like that. So it is coming over your way. With your movement, I'm just trying to decide how much movement you had, because it has like a 10-foot reach. I'm gonna say
Think.
that you're within reach. You didn't like go out far enough with your one movement. Because flight just gives you flight. It doesn't change your actual movement.
Yeah, I'm still
No, it
30,
gives you
Distance.
60 foot. It gives you 60-foot
What does it
speed.
give you 60?
which
Yeah.
is
Oh.
double what my normal speed is.
Well, in that case, so if you're out there, it's going to attack somebody else. It can't reach you. So it's going to attack the people in the boat.
No.
So I'm going to randomize who it's going to attack.
I will spend the hero point to get in the way if it tries to attack the grandkids.
I'm honestly, I'm only randomizing it between the 3 people who have done damage to it.
Mm.
That's fair.
So it is going after Tromlin.
It makes sense if I was still close enough for it to attack me, though, because I was trying to taunt it.
Well, I thought you wanted to, you said you were backing away. Like, I thought you wanted it to come far enough towards you that it would fall off.
Yes. Yeah.
In which
But
case
then you said that the boat was in between me and the edge,
Yeah.
so it would have to come through the boat, which I would not have done if I was, like, trying to taunt
Okay.
this thing over.
Yeah, I'll take that. If you want
Okay.
it to be able to, it's
Yeah.
only, it's your movement that's preventing it from
Yeah.
attacking you. So if you
Yeah.
want it to still be able to attack you, then I will allow that.
I will
Alright.
take the hit.
And what's your armor class?
17.
All right, 2 hits.
Okay.
So that is 13, 20, and another 13. Come on, math. Come on, math. Is 33, 34, 35. And 2 more dice. 35. 44 points of damage.
Ooh. All right. All right. That's a good hit.
As it,
As
as it
I taunt it to
smashes
come and
through-
hit me, and it like punches right in the center of my breastplate.
There's a comic panel there that is like Oogna, a close up on Oogna's shoulders and head, going like, "Yeah, come on, come on," and then the next panel is the same shot but with the giant fist like smash.
Yep.
Yeah.
I look less happy now.
And then we are back to the top with Tromlin.
Alright, so I see how hard this thing can hit.
Yeah.
I'm going to try a different strategy. It's not very intelligent, I take it.
I mean, it is being very mechanical.
I'm going to cast Silent Image
Mm-hmm.
and have an image of. I want it to look like I'm jumping onto its face. Like I'm holding, I'm right in its face.
Good. Like you're trying to blind it, or you're just trying to like make it have a target that's right there.
I'm trying to see if it'll punch at its own head.
Oh, interesting.
Stop hitting yourself.
That's my
Yeah.
goal.
It is not immune to this effect. It just gets its advantage on the saving throw. So interesting.
My DC.
Your save DC here is a 15.
Is it based off of my charisma or my wisdom?
Both, but they're the same bonus.
Oh, that's right. Never mind.
Spells. We deliberately made it so that your stats were the same because you've got a mix of spells with different saving throws.
That's
and it
right,
was
I
like,
forgot.
Can we make this easier and not have to go, wait, which spell is this? Which saving throw?
Okay.
So, now it's wisdom this time, right?
I
And
think
it's
so.
bad at that.
Yeah. Good.
What is this? This is silent image, right? Or
Yeah.
minor illusion, sorry.
It's silent image.
Oh, right, silent image because you can cast that without spell slot. Just double checking really quick whether it's int or wisdom because that matters. It has a worse int, I believe.
Sensible intelligence investigation check against your spell.
No, there's no saving throw initially.
Oh.
Yeah, it just creates the illusion. In physical interaction, automatically reveals it to be an illusion.
Alright.
A creature can use its action to investigate and determine that it's an illusion, but that's on its turn. So I might give it a saving throw, but like it's an int saving throw. It ain't great at that. So yeah. All right. So an illusionary Tromlin appears to be like on the thing's arm by its head, like balanced on the shoulder. And Freddy is up next.
Sorry, did you say me?
Yep.
Okay.
Freddy is up next.
Let's see.
No, nobody has done anything to get this boat in the water. And although you are a small person, you have a swarm that can move things
Yeah, I
around.
was gonna say, I think I can probably, and the boat won't have to make a saving throw against it. So yeah, I'd like to use my gathered swarm to kind of see if I can manhandle this thing down to the water.
Make me a check.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just pulling up your sheet to see what kind of check, but throw the D20 anyway.
Yeah.
Might be relevant to something like survival. Yeah, I'm going to call it's like outdoorsy skill. I'm going to give you a survival check.
That would be a 16 then.
Awesome. So yeah, you basically get all of your like bugs and rats underneath the boat. Many of them are being squished, but that's the sacrifice, and then the boat is sliding on like bug guts. Oogna, you're up next, and you could potentially assist this. You can see that this big boat is being maneuvered by a swarm of insects.
Yeah, would it take my entire action to help it along? Because I'm still going to try and
If you
continue the
do,
taunt.
if you do take your action to bring it down, it will successfully be in the water at the bottom of the fall and not have to go down the rapid. Because
Sure.
you're flying now, so
Yeah,
with
yeah,
that,
yeah.
you can easily between you flying strong Oogna and the maneuvering of this insect swarm, you can easily get it where it needs
Yeah.
to go.
I will grab the boat on either side and be like, let's get out of here, y'all.
Taunting just vocally is still
Yeah.
plausible. Like
Cool.
it's just a speech.
Yep. I'm like, you hit pretty
Okay,
hard, brother, but not hard enough.
its turn is next. I'm rolling. I'm gonna in order to decide what it does about this, I'm gonna call it an int save because that makes the most sense to me. Like it's I'm not really using its action for an investigation check, but I'm just giving it an int save to figure out how its like weird magic computer brain is going to parse the fact that there's another one of you standing on it.
Can I spend inspiration to make it harder?
It is an int save, and it does have a -4 int save.
Never mind. I'm a little less worried.
I think you're good.
So that's a 10 when all is said and done, and your DC is 15. So it is going to attempt to attack
Itself.
the illusion. Well, it's attacking the illusion. So that's its turn. It can't go after you. I am going to randomize the effect though. So it's not so stupid that it would punch itself in its own head, but it's going to try and hit this illusion. And we'll see how it hit very well. So it's going to follow through pretty good at this nothing that it passes directly through. I'm going to make a dex save. Oh, Jesus. Okay, I rolled a 2. I gave it a dex save. It has a -1 dex save, so that's
Good.
a 1.
Good.
So it takes a swing at Illusionary You, goes right through Illusionary You, and pinions around completely to smash its massive metal fist into the stone wall next to the door that it came out of. And the door, the big slab of stone that is the door, shatters and like basically falls on it. And I'll roll some damage that it's going to take from being smashed up by falling rocks.
Showed itself to the door.
And it is back within your entangling vines, although that's a strength check for it. So it might be a little easier for it to get out of. But that's its action. It's done. It can't do anything else now. So
That was worth it.
Nice.
Yep.
Very worth it.
I guess it gets 2 attacks. I did roll 2, so
Mm.
I don't know. It swung a lot. It like it really hit that non-existent thing. Copernicus, your boat is
So,
maneuvered
yeah,
through the
we're
air.
about to be free and clear, but I do want to tempt fate a little. Um, I know. So when it tried to hit Oogna, that meant it maneuvered to the edge, right? It was at the edge at that point.
Yeah, near it anyway. Not anymore though, because then it tried to attack Tromlin and it spun around and smashed into the doors.
So it's not
Um,
within 10 feet of an edge.
About. Yeah, I would say 10 feet.
Okay. If I knocked it in the water, it's. Do I think that the flow of the river is more than its movement speed, based on the movement I've seen from it?
Yeah, the sewer is like there's like a rapid here, like it's moving quite fast.
I just want to make sure that it's not going to chase us down the river if I pull it in the water, and I think we're fine. I'm gonna cast off and try and get a repelling
Yeah.
chill touch, and
Nice.
see if I can just pull it in like while it's off balance and confused.
Yeah, it does get a strength save though, but
No, I don't think it does. I think it just happens, or at least, or sorry, it doesn't say on my thing. Maybe it does in the bigger details. It just push, target, and put in direction.
Yeah, I'm looking for it.
Fishing for golems.
Grasping. Right, yeah, that's just the short version. It gets a strength save. It works the same actually as Oogna's maneuver point.
Okay, I'm gonna do it anyway. Why not?
Yeah, like, why not?
So that's a miss on the first attack roll. I'm thinking about spending the inspiration. The last. No, I should save the last. Oh, I have 2 inspiration. Is that right? I think we may have forgotten to take one from me.
Oh, I think so.
Did you take one from
Return-
yourself also, Oogna? You did
I
not.
have not.
You had birds all
I had
over you,
birds
so
on
you
me.
did not take them off.
I am a couple behind. There we go.
I'm gonna
and
I'm gonna be responsible and save the inspiration for something.
Yep.
You
later
also
down the
spent
line.
one? You just have one left?
Yeah. So I've spent 2. I started with 2 this session, and I have
Gained
spent
one.
2, and I think we
Spent
got
2.
1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I should have 1.
So we're accurate
Right.
now.
So go ahead and make your attack roll.
Oh, I missed. I rolled a 3.
Okay.
I was gonna spend an inspiration to goose it.
Oh, I
but
see.
yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
All right. So I mean, it had a 20. It's a heck of an armor class. It's a big old. It's basically an iron golem, but minus a couple of its special attacks. And I took away the. You can only damage it with magic, as well. So yeah, you cast at it. It goes bink off of it. It's like confusedly like pushing the rocks off of itself. As
Me and
you,
leftover movement, I'll just help guide the boat as we cast off.
which is good because the boat is about to go rocketing down this like rapid moving stream of shit. So
Okay, that's our boat.
yeah. So you go like zipping along, having Fenid, having your insect swarm sort of on the gunnels is very useful because you can kind of guide the boat as it goes flying along.
And they don't smell any worse for being submerged in a stream of effluent, so that's good
Yeah.
too.
I'm going
It's-
to lay my body on top of my babies to protect them and
Yeah.
keep them in the boat.
If anything, honestly, the river smells worse now.
Is it
There's Fenids in it.
is it going faster than 60 feet per turn? Or whatever the movement speed is?
No, it's yeah. You,
Then
you can
I
keep
am
up with it.
flying along. I'm basically the motor. I'm hanging onto the back of the boat and trying to help steer a little bit.
Nice.
You can like kick in the water like you're
No.
obelisk. No.
No.
Yeah. So you go shooting down the stream a ways, and eventually this stream goes down for a ways. You've got the pipes coming in, so the big thing is like maneuvering to avoid getting doused in falling effluent from these pipes. Certainly, there's enough spray in the air that you imagine you're all going to smell pretty great coming out of here, other than Fetid, who won't be distinguishable.
Smells like
along
10
this-
Fetids down here.
Yeah, you're going a straight way for a long time, and eventually it comes into a round pool with a stone plinth in the center. And from that pool, there are 5 spokes, so 4 other directions that this river of shit goes in from where you are. 3 of them seem to be incoming, and 1 seems to be outgoing. So what do you want to do from here? Do you want to keep going downstream, or do you want to go up one of these others?
Well, if water's flowing downhill, I think we want to go down, right? Because we're trying to go to the lowest point.
Yeah.
Which way should we go?
Follow
Yeah,
the feces.
Great advice.
it's all feces.
Point towards the one that's flowing, where all the turds are flowing down.
Try to angle us that way.
And so that one goes on for a ways, and it gets slower and slower as you go, and also wider and deeper, which is why it's getting slower. And eventually, it empties into a huge chamber, and you can see it coming as you come towards the end because it's a drop, right? There's basically like a waterfall at the end, and you're heading towards it.
Well, I last an hour, I think. Let me just double check
I
that.
think so.
I think between Oogna and I and the flying swarm, we can probably guide the
Yeah,
waterfall.
I would say you can.
Yeah.
So you managed to basically like grab the boat between your
Oh,
the
up
bugs
to
and the
10
flying
minutes.
people. Yep.
Up to 10 minutes. But
Oh, okay.
I assume we're still within that.
We'll land before we come down in the river.
Yeah, and you can basically take and so basically cartoonishly your boat comes off the end into midair, and then like you flying people like lower it gently into the pool below. So this now is in a huge cathedral-like open chamber of shit, and there are multiple areas pouring in here from different directions. And in the center of this huge area, there's almost like a building, like a round stone building of stone blocks that rise up to the ceiling of the chamber, and has a number of grates around it that the effluent is flowing into, but it also has walkways to stand on. And so you can imagine everything's basically flowing towards this, like it's a grate that then pours downwards.
Right.
So
If it all gathers here, we could sit for a bit and just fish for magic turds and just see what's the rate at which they accrue. And if that's good enough, we could do that rather than having to go deeper.
Yep.
And I can definitely call them. Like, I'm pretty sure that with my magic vision, I can call out the magic turds as they approach. We can use gondola poles as fishing poles. We can figure this
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. I
the
mean,
main thing
you're a
that-
fisherman.
It's not like
You can do it.
floating magic turds. The main idea is that it settles to the bottom.
Yeah, that's the problem.
But
Right.
you can sort of look down, like you've got ghostly gaze and magic sight. You could look down into the pool and look for deposits. You could certainly do that. An investigation check.
Yeah, all right, I'll do that.
Sure, magic investigation check. Trust Perni to find a way to turn it into a literal fishing trip.
Perfect.
Yep.
That's a 15.
Yeah, you spend a little bit of time sort of looking around. You put your ghostly gaze at some point, so that'll be your use of it for the day until you get a rest. But you can, with your magic sight and looking into the depths, you can see that there are areas of more magic and less magic. So especially at the bottom of the falls and at the bottom of the tower with the grates, there are sort of choke points where there seems to be more magical than it is elsewhere.
I'll point to what I think are going to be the good fishing spots, and I'll say if we can try there. So this magical effluent, is it a solid? Is it just a goo? How do you think we capture it?
So it's like panning for gold. It's going to be like micro deposits. So it's literally going to be, and this area might have some, and you're going to get it in the pans and
Yeah,
like
didn't he
spin
give
around
us
until the
special
heaviest
magic pans?
He gave you pan. Well, he is. Oogna would probably assume they are special magic pans, but they are probably just literally
Pans.
pans like one does when panning for gold. And
Or
the idea is
they're
that the magic
Yeah,
shit is
no.
the heaviest.
Yes, this sounds like bed pans. These are pans for collecting shit.
Good.
Oh.
Good.
These are bed pans.
You're
Well, I'm immune to disease, so I feel like if someone should go in there, it should be me. I also don't have to breathe, so inhaling is optional.
I mean,
I might
also,
You just hitch up your waders.
Yeah,
shit diving is a sport in mud hollow quaggle circles.
We lose more good quaggles that way every year.
well,
Uh,
I'm willing to do the expeditions. If we're willing to you guys are willing to wait, I'll safe and I'll slow and steady this, and I'll just bring the pans up to you, and you guys can shake them, and I'll just do a few trips.
While we're resting, I'm going to do a cure on Oogna. Who took
Thank you.
a fucking hit.
Yeah, how much damage did you take? 70, 80?
69.
Nice.
Nice.
Sorry.
Ugna is also keeping up a running dialogue of all of just like, looks like he got the shittiest job. This is a shitty fishing trip.
He guess he got shit detail.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
He's swimming in feces.
What fish are you trying to catch? Crab?
A
I,
crabby.
I was like, we gotta workshop this. How do we do this? Crap.
Crab fish.
Yeah.
Crabbies.
It's like carp, but it's crap. It's just crap.
So between Fetid, who can like easily, manage to like swim around in this stuff,
Yeah,
I'm just imagining you like a
bother me.
river otter.
it's like home. And Copernicus, who doesn't have to breathe and can just sort of like drop to the bottom and walk around.
That it actually gets healthier the longer he swims.
Yes, I gain
Yeah,
bonus hit points.
His coat gets like a nice shine to it.
Alina, you get 19 points back.
Oh, thank you.
Nice.
You manage to basically just dredge up some like buckets of the sludge, bring them back up, and the others can take the pans, put the sludge in, put some like regular the watery surface effluent and like slosh it around and wash away the less dense stuff and try and hang on to the densest materials.
I
And
nominate.
Copernicus can look at it to see if it seems to have some magical glow to keep it.
I'm going to nominate Bucket of Sludge as this session's metal band name.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I think that's a good candidate. Yeah. No, we can get a little sludge factory going here. Convey enough of the stuff. I'm sure we'll process it.
I'm trying to decide if the episode title is Up Shit Creek or Buckets of Sludge.
Oh, Up Shit Creek is pretty good.
Yeah.
Up Shit Creek is pretty. Yeah. Nice.
I've started doing funny names for all of the episodes.
So I have a perception check from y'all from previous that I am now going to take advantage of.
Oh, no.
Rolls were an
The other
18 and a
shoe.
19. Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah, I had an 18. I rolled good.
18 and 19 are both good enough, and that was, I believe, Fetid and Oogna. So as this process is occurring, you will notice out at the far reaches of this giant cavernous room, so on your way down the river, there were little just like simple walkways on either side of the river, as there would be anywhere down here for people to work on things. Those walkways continue all the way around this giant chamber, and you will see poking out from some of these other little rivers and waterfalls more kobolds. Now they are quite a distance from you because this chamber is like hundreds of feet across. But they are sneaking around along those lips and watching what you're doing and sort of like maneuvering amongst themselves, and some of them run off and others come, but they're starting to accumulate.
Hey guys, I think we got company.
That's not good. Can we tell if they are the same as the other ones? How they move?
From this far away, you can't see a lot of the details of them, but they're similar kobolds, and they are kind of like moving a little jerkily, like those other ones were.
Okay, this is a problem, guys. We need
Although
to-
actually, if you want more details, Fetid can certainly has the ability to send his eyes over and get a
I
closer
can
look.
also send my familiar over too.
Well, that's what I was talking about for Fetid as well, because Fetid has a flying familiar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We could send both our familiars over.
Yeah, send a
Actually-
monkey riding a pseudo dragon.
Good.
Well, let's see. Mine can dissipate.
Yep.
Mine's a spell.
Right.
Oh,
Yours
nice.
is a living being.
Yeah, mine is a little guy. You know. I mean, but I could also just summon an animal that we don't care about to go and take a look.
Yeah, you can. It's a question of whether you want to use a spell or not. If you want, you can use your beast sense and do that. Actually, it's a ritual, so you can do it without a slot. If you take a
Yeah,
little
I'll
time.
do it that way then. That makes more sense, I think.
Sure, you spend a little time and grab one of the flying bugs out of your swarm, and send it over, and get a closer look. And sure enough, yeah, you see the signs of like purple fungal growths on the heads of these kobolds. From a closer look, you now see it's a mixture of kobolds and other quaggles. There are some goblins, a gnome amongst them, and they all have these similar purple fungal growths.
If we can get a sample of it, I might be able to learn more about what it is and possibly how to cure it. The Sunshine School, I think, would be helpful with that. So, optimally, I think we get a living subject, and suboptimally, we get a dead one. But or if there's a way to get back to the room where you had to fight any of these, that might do too. So we don't have to hurt anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't we like burn them or something?
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't think we know.
Or did we drop them into the water? Because I knew we wanted to get rid of them in case it's had spores.
That might not destroy them, is like for my worry.
Mm.
Let me see. Do I have something? Hold 1 second. Let me double check some ideas.
Well, while you're doing that, a massive alligator creature
Oh, good.
launches out of the effluent, having rolled better stealth than any of those rolls that I got from you guys,
Ah.
and is going to successfully hit with a bite attack on Oogna.
Yeah.
Oh,
You are clamped in massive alligator jaws,
Cool.
and
Cool.
hauled bodily under the surface. That is a 3d10 plus 5 piercing
Ooh.
damage.
oh God.
Yikes.
Ooh.
So it's a good thing you got some healing.
Mm-hmm.
So that
What was
is 6 and 5 is 11, and 9 is 25 damage.
Ouch. All right. I think
You
I
are
have-
you are restrained,
Yep.
so you are grappled and restrained while you're in its jaws, and will have to break out. Another giant alligator thing raises its head out of the water or the effluent on the other side of the boat, and opens its jaws and bellows at you all. Have you heard the good word of our Lord Oogna?
What?
What?
Hmm.
And in its little alligator arm, it brandishes a holy symbol at you. And that holy symbol appears to have a symbol of a single reptile egg with with like a seam in that soft eggshell representation on a disc of stone, which is on
Wow.
a chain around its neck.
I have a question. Does what we've been doing count as a short rest?
Yes,
Okay.
I will give you
Alright.
guys a short rest.
Have
I'm
any
gonna-
spells back?
No, you wouldn't have any spell slots back from a short rest. No.
Spend
Um,
some. We can spend some hit dice.
Actually, hang on a second. Now that I think about it, I'm just
Maybe
gonna,
not.
no, I actually think because you guys are doing labor
Yeah.
through this process, it can't be considered a rest. But you know what? The trip down the river could be. I would say you've had enough time for a short rest. It's been at least an hour before you got stuck in here from the time you left the critter. So yes, we'll consider it a short rest. Alina, did you want to spend some of
Yeah,
your
I'm
hit
gonna spend
dice?
some.
Can I do a religion check to see if I know what god this
Yes.
is?
Yes, you may.
I would like to know basically if this is someone who I can reason with or I need to kill. I will want to spend inspiration, please.
Sure.
That's
Alina, can you
one.
mark that off for me?
Yep.
16.
16 is good enough. You have heard of Semoania. Semoania is the one of the original gods of the lizard folk, and is a very sort of primitive reptile god, often known as Semoania the Survivor. Basically appears as a giant lizard man, wearing usually only loincloth, but sometimes patchy armors, and wielding clubs studded with teeth and shell fragments. The god basically never spoke except when absolutely necessary, and the prime, not really an evil god, but like a neutral to the point of evil god, if that makes sense. In other words, concerned with survival of its people and survival of the fittest,
Shells.
and that sort of thing. Unsurprisingly, to have big sentient alligator things worship such a god.
Are we rolling initiative, I assume, since
Yeah,
being attacked?
I was just like, this is
Yeah.
kind of just knowledge, so I was considering that outside of initiative.
Oof.
Alright, thank you.
Let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Ouch. 9.
I'm just giving these guys the raw roll, which is an 18.
19 from me. These are all my good
17
rolls
for me.
right now.
My initiative rolls have been 3, 2, and now to complete the set.
1?
Oh no.
Oh. Look, you're covered in shit. It's not a good day.
Yeah.
You know what? I was in the
time.
shit water and the alligators missed me. I'm not gonna question my luck.
Yeah,
take
from
that
your
freebie.
perspective, I was like, "Hey guys, we have incoming." And I'm looking the other way, and then from beside me, the like gator comes and just
Buffalo.
chomps me.
I picture the entire crocodile, like it leaped through it did like a swim, like
Yep.
an orca, and it just hit you and like continued all the way over off to the other side.
Yep. I'm just gone.
Good. Initiatives though, I need those numbers. Oogna, fetid.
9.
17.
So we got 19, 18, 17, 9, 1.
Kaitu says these are creptiles.
Crap tiles. And I can reveal now that the chat overwhelmingly chose evangelical sewer gators as the encounter over
Thanks,
the
Kat.
other
Good.
options.
Good. What is going on with those birds?
I gave them the option of what the encounter would be. So let's start next at the top here with Tromlin. So you're facing off against this one giant gator thing sticking up out of the water and brandishing its little holy symbol at you and demanding that you know of the good word.
I'm guessing that it has, like, I can't really reason with this thing because I don't speak its language.
It seems sentient and it's speaking common.
I hold up my holy symbol aloft. Let's see if it recognizes that.
I just sort of
Yeah.
brandish at it.
Actually, no. So I assume this is a creature that appreciates might. Like it's a...
Seems reasonable. I mean, from what you know of strength is absolutely a major feature of Samionya.
All right, hold on. That gives me an idea. I think. Hold on.
Time for some.
I'm not sure if I can do this spell. Do I have any second level spells left? I don't know if I do.
So far, you have cast.
No, I have none. I'm out.
What did
I
you?
didn't recover any.
Yeah, you cast. You cast 2 during the fight, but then did that heal spell also do a third?
Yeah,
Okay, so that's your 3. Yep.
yeah, I'm out. So I can't really do what I need to do because I was going to enhance Oogna's strength,
Ooh.
but I can't, sadly.
You can do the. You can heroism on Oogna. That one's one
That's
of
what I was
yours,
about to do. Heroism, so you get 7 points immediately.
and that's one of your doesn't cost a slot ones. So you can do that one
Nice.
and still have all of your
Yeah.
slots.
And that's not a free action, that's a normal spell casting.
That's a normal spell cast. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me double check. Heroism might be one of those spells that doesn't take an action, or it takes a bonus action or something like that. You never know. No, it's one action. Yep.
Alright, so heroism on Oogna.
Oh, except it's a touch spell.
Oh.
Oh, that can't do it.
Yeah,
and
nope.
Oogna is in the water.
I'm in a gator.
But he's... Okay, this is a weird question. If I were to be behind him in the water, could I sneak attack him?
Yeah. So sneak attack is an automatic effect. So if you are joining a melee with a friend, you get to declare sneak attack. It's one of those holdover rules from third ed, right? Is the flanking, but it's just considered.
I'm technically in melee with this thing.
Yeah, exactly. So you can sneak attack if you jump on the back of that gator thing. You can stab it.
You know what you call it when you impale something when someone's on the other side giving you that bonus?
Oh no.
Flank steak.
Yeah.
Good. Good.
Like
Yeah,
steak.
excellent. Good.
Second question. It has to be a melee weapon, right? I can't do a spell and get sneak attack damage.
Correct. It has to be a hand-to-hand
You
combat.
gotta pull your
Sorry, it has to
gator.
be a physical attack. Like
Yeah.
you can use a ranged weapon, but you can't use a spell.
You gotta pull your gator stabbing knife.
Actually, I have an idea. This might be more useful. Hold on, just double checking how much inspiration I've got left. None. Shit. Well, I'm going to try a first level spell. What does it have to do with cold shot?
Oh, sorry. What are you thinking of doing here?
I want to try to use guiding bolt to shoot the holy symbol out of his hand.
Nice. That's a power move.
Yeah.
So instead of doing damage to it, basically.
I want his holy symbol to go flying into the water.
Yeah. In which case, I would say make an attack roll. I'll decide what the armor class is of that particular type of attack, but you're basically just foregoing the damage to him, and instead that would be your effect, as long as you make your hit roll.
Here's hoping, please. Please be good, please be good, please be good, please be high, please be high, please. Oh, what's up? What's up? 21.
Nice. Yep, that's definitely a good enough armor class for that, even a small target. So yeah, you blast it. And frankly, it's not a magical, it's like a normal holy symbol that's just made of carved stone. So it like shatters.
Okay, when I do that, then I hold up this lost symbol. It's like, lost stronger.
Nice.
Good. Good.
Nice.
Great. You've
Excellent.
just fomented some sort of religious war
Let's do it.
in the
That's
sewer.
what we do.
Sewer jihad is upon us now. Great.
Excellent. I would like you to make me a performance roll.
Ooh.
Alright. That is thankfully one of my
It is.
good skills. Performance or persuasion?
I'm going to call this performance.
Okay, fair enough.
This isn't a specific argument that you're making. It's a display of
Dominance.
Although that would be a good outcome, I guess, if they were like, "No, you're right."
That's fair.
Is that an nat 20?
Is that nat 20?
Yeah!
Excellent.
Yes.
Oh no, an act of God.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, well that's Strawman's turn. Uh, next comes the
I just looked at me somewhere. Lotha's watchers going, what the fuck? Oh, I don't hate this. I don't hate this at all.
Team Gator is next. Um, so Oogna,
Yep.
you're entering a death roll
Yep.
as the Gator begins to roll you over and over and try and keep you under here where you will drown.
Mm-hmm.
So I am going to, it's weird, but I'm going to roll it as though it was its quote unquote tail attack. This is bludgeoning you around down here. Oh, Jesus, that is a natural 20.
Oh no.
Well, it's 2d8 damage,
Mm-hmm.
plus 5. That's a total of 14 damage, so it's doubled to 28.
Ooh, I still have a couple hit points left because of my.
Yikes. It's a good thing you spent some of that
Yep, I have in
hit
fact
dice.
4. I have 4 hit points left. Still good.
And you remain grappled in
Yep.
its jaws.
Yep.
The other one that just had its holy symbol shot out of its hand is given pause. I have rolled against that nat 20 and not rolled a nat 20, so it's basically dumbfounded. I'm considering it stunned for the round. It's like, oh, oh, and just has no idea what to do. A third crocodile creature surfaces, but is like agog at what it's just seen. And instead of what it was going to do, which was to like lunge up onto the boat and attack somebody, it instead howls obscenities at you in bestial, in a lizard tongue. I don't remember if any of you speak it. I think somebody does.
Not me.
Yes, Copernicus.
Oh.
I have abyssal. I don't have celestial.
You have bestial. You have bestial.
Oh, bestial. Sorry, I heard celestial.
Yep.
Yeah. I speak bestial. Yep.
So you, in fact, understand as the language is it's a primitive dialect of the languages that you have heard amongst the lizard folk of the southern jungles, as it is basically cursing the name of this. More or less, the curses translate, or the swearing translates to like a curse. I curse your gods, you know, the kind of thing that one tribe would like spit on the grave of your ancestors, kind of thing.
That's my grandkid's mom you're talking about.
And it is going to cast
Ooh.
a cleric spell at this individual that has done such a horrible deed. This is going to be a cantrip, basically. I'm just trying to decide which version of damage it is. Yeah, so I need you to make me a dex save.
Okay, well, that's not the worst for me. Hold on. I can hear my child across the house just being absurd.
Yep.
Let's see, roll. What's up? Oh, plus 7. Nice. That'd be 18.
Yeah, no problem. It lashes one hand out at you, and you basically see a bolt of like force moving, and you sidestep, and you feel the chill of like a necrotic cantrip go by, but it does nothing to you.
Oh, bitch. You failed.
And you evade it easily. And that's all of them. So Fetid is up next. You have 2 targets. And actually, before we do anything to either of them, please, Fetid, roll me a perception.
Oh, okay. That's going to be very good. That's 13 plus. Yeah, that's a 20. Dirty 20.
So you were, at the time what was occurring, looking through the eyes of like some big dragonfly creature or something that you pulled out of your swarm. And it was in the process of sort of buzzing around and returning. So as you sort of like disengage from that to deal with what's happening right here in front of you, you notice that the one that has just surged out of the water sufficiently to get a good look at and is now interacting and yelling at the boat, you notice some patches of purple growth along the back of its body.
Uh-huh. But it has seems pretty sentient still.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
And that does not take your action. That was just incidental.
Interesting.
So you can still act.
Let's see. So what this guy, okay, yeah, we can't understand each other. I want to yell at him and ask him what the hell that purple stuff on his back is then. See if he knows it's
Good.
there.
Say, hey, what's that purple stuff on your back?
What is that? It looks stupid.
He turns his attention on you and continues to shout obscenities and bestial that you don't understand. He seems to be very upset about something. Probably that whole thing where Tromlin smashed the Lucoli symbol.
Yeah. Well, I guess my only option is to try to shoot him in the head then.
That is certainly an option.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna put my hunter's mark on him. In case that actually hit.
Kablam.
Might hit. 17.
Yes, that'll do it.
Sweet. So for the gun, I can't remember what the damage dice.
It is a 2d6, I believe. It was either d10 or 2d6. I think 2d6.
I think it was d6. Yeah.
2d6 plus your normal dex bonus to damage.
I rolled both ends of the extreme, so that is 12 damage total. Rolled a 6 and a 1.
Yeah, so that is indeed 12 damage. Blam. And then roll. I was like, there's something else.
Oh, yeah.
Roll your hunter's mark, an extra d6. And if you would like to, you can add another d6 because you've got that one off with your swarm.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. That's always good.
So just roll another 2d6 damage from goosing.
An extra 3 damage. I rolled poorly on those.
Those are not good 2d6. So 15 damage total. All right, I got it. If you're curious, you guys did a total of like 130 some damage to that golem.
Whew.
It has a little over 200 hit points, but you did a lot of them. Okay. Next up is Oogna.
Okay.
Please get away from it.
I think Jeff is frozen.
Oh, Jeff, your
Looks
camera
like
froze up.
he is.
Okay, let me fix that, or at
Yeah.
least try to.
Oh, interesting. It just moved a couple frames.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
weird.
think you got some delays or something.
Weird.
Oh yeah, no, I can't see it on my screen either. Let me turn it off and on again.
Usually works.
That usually works. Oh, of course. Has nobody considered that that's what we could do to fix Twitter?
No, you have to turn Elon off and on again.
To turn it off
Yeah.
and on again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've all been turned off Twitter already.
Wow.
How do we be turned on again? Maybe Elon will give it to Grimes.
There we go.
Hey,
Grimes will
Jeff,
turn it into something. Okay, there we go.
All right, you're back.
Live again.
All
Jeff
right.
returns.
So
Okay.
4 hit points.
Yes, Oogna.
Before I do anything else,
You are
second wind.
second wind gets some hit points. Go for it.
Yeah, let's just do that.
It's a free
that's
action.
a good bonus action.
Or,
That's pretty good.
sorry, bonus action. So that's your bonus action. You are restrained, so you can't take any actions until you break the grapple.
So I have to use my strength to do
The
so.
grapple escape DC is only a 16.
Right. I get advantage on versus a grappled target. Does that apply when I am the grappled target?
No, that's
I didn't think so.
when you
Yep.
have grappled a target, you get advantage against it. Yeah.
Yep. So I'm going to.
You don't understand. You're stuck in here with me.
That's a 23.
That is more than 16.
Yep.
You grab the jaws that are around you and easily pull them apart and are released.
Badass.
And
I actually do want to turn that around on him if I can and release myself from the jaws and then like
normally the breaking out of a grapple takes an action.
right.
But I think you have some crazy bonuses here in grappling. I'm just double checking. No, I was going to say because you can grapple as a bonus action, but only after a normal attack.
Yeah.
And you didn't do that. Also, you also already used your bonus action for healing.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So
I
you're
don't even have a
basically
bonus
done
action.
at this point.
Yep.
You're basically done at this point. You spent your action. You don't you don't get a second attack because it wasn't an attack.
True.
It was an action.
I'm now free. Do I have movement?
Yes.
Okay. I can't do a disengage though. I can
No, you can swim away from it, but it does get
an attack of opportunity.
Oh, wait a second. Does it? I thought attack of opportunity in 5th Ed is the opposite.
Oh, that's right.
It's when you enter their threatened area, not exit, right? Or am I thinking it backwards? Yeah, it is backwards, but it's the other one.
Right.
The old way was when they enter. Now it's when you exit. So yes, when you leave that threatened area, it will get a bonus. It will get an attack of opportunity on you.
Gotcha.
As
I'm
long
staying
as you're
here then.
willing to risk it, you can do that.
Yeah.
Are you? Or you're not?
I am not willing to risk it.
Then?
No, I'm gonna stay here with the gator.
Face off.
It'll get a chomp on me first though, but I don't have a ton of hit points.
No, and I can't really get to you.
Yeah. Let's give it a
Unless
shot.
Feta can get a spell to you, I don't know.
Yeah, let's give it a shot. Let's try and get out of here.
All right. So it gets it has a +8 to hit. Your armor class is 17.
Yep.
So I need to
roll
less. I need to roll less than 9.
Yep.
I rolled a 1.
Ooh, that'll do.
A 1 is less than 9. A 1 is as less than 9 as I can roll.
I wrench its jaws open, pull myself out of it, and then strike off at like a full breaststroke, just out of there.
Yep. Well, and in fact, you were down under the water, so you launch yourself up and out.
Yep.
So you guys, from the surface, you just see like the water rolling a bit, and then like Oogna breaches, like a
majestic whale.
A majestic shit-covered whale.
Yep.
Someone's got to draw that one.
Yep.
Oogna like breaching and swoosh back down.
It's like the fail whale from the old Twitter post.
Yes.
Yep. Excellent. Okay. That is Oogna. Copernicus. It is your turn.
So before I take my turn, this is a weird cross section for me because for some reason my wife and I got obsessed with this in-joke about what's the difference between one of Mama's turds and a gator, told in the voice of like a really swamp people kind of family. And I literally I found the note on my phone. I wrote like dozens of these punchlines. We couldn't stop. We stayed nonstop for 3 days. And here we're in a sewer with these turd gator evangelicals. I gotta read a few. Here's just a few off the top of the list. What's the difference between one of Mama's turds and a gator? One's all scaly and bumpy, and t'other's a gator. Safe to grab a gator by the tail. Papa never kissed no gator. You can flush a gator. 12-foot gator never ruined no vacation. Gators can't move in zigzags.
Oh, God.
State says daddy can't marry no gator. You can wipe off the gator stains. Oh, God, this one. Gators only got one set of teeth.
Oh, no. I hate it.
Gator never shut down Disneyland. Gators only come in 2 colors.
Oh.
Mama don't keep no gators in the bathtub. It doesn't stop. Like, there's so many.
Yep.
So that's Copernicus's turn. Tromlin. No, I'm kidding.
Can I roll a quick history to see if like there's any corner of my history anecdotes with Dwemer that tells me if where the sewers let out, if we just kept flowing down, is there anywhere that we'd end up?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Make me a roll.
It's a 15.
Yeah, general knowledge. Yeah, so you know that unlike most cities where the sewer just basically goes a ways and then it dumps out into like the nearest river because it's the Middle Ages, Dwemer, on the other hand, um, has like this massive catacomb of offal beneath it. And you've heard of the well, which is like the centermost point of the catacombs beneath the city, and you imagine that that is where that central stone pillar cathedral leads to, and the well is like a super deep chasm beneath the city, where you can just throw stuff and it just like goes away into like the depths of the earth.
Okay,
So
down
you
is
imagine
not
there's
an
like
option.
a natural cavern system deep down somewhere, and they just dump it there basically.
Okay, so down is not an option. So
No, but it wouldn't be like down goes towards that, right? So
but it sounds like down, like that doesn't like let out in a river somewhere. It just keeps going down.
correct.
It's
But
turned all the way down.
it would lead you to more caverns and
Good,
whatnot.
good. Turtles all the way down.
It basically
How-
lead you to caverns below the city, is what you would anticipate.
How full is our magic poo bucket right now?
I mean, you got to start. You're not sure how much more you're gonna want.
Like if we went back with this, do we think we're covered?
Probably not. You haven't been that much into it yet.
I'm torn between fleeing with Oogna or like continuing to try to do the show of strength.
You
Can
got your
I-
spell slots back, by the way,
Yep.
because you
Yeah.
did get a short rest.
Fuck up some gators.
As a
Thinking about-
warlock, you get your spells back with a short rest.
I'm thinking about summoning Floquabon and proclaiming that it's an avatar of Lolth to continue to push this on them. Yeah,
That
I think I'm
sounds
going to summon
amazing.
Floquabon and say in Bestial, Lolth ate your god while it was in the egg and replaced it with one of her own. You've been worshippers of her all along, and her might will destroy you, or we can let it heal this terrible purple blight that has taken your people.
Ooh.
Well, I would like you to make the roll for a persuasion.
All right.
This is a lovely little turn of events, and then also I'm gonna make the saving throw for the summoning.
Watch the avatar immediately. Watch Floquabon immediately destroy me in the middle of my
Like,
speech.
listen, wait a minute.
I don't think he can immediately break out.
Also, instead of circle of blood, can I do a circle of turds? Would that be enough to?
You won't have. Remember, the circle of blood takes time to set up. Never mind. I'm wrong. As long as you're willing to do it, you can do the circle of blood.
Can I do this while I'm underwater? Probably not.
No, but you're in the boat, aren't you? Oh no, you're right. You're down below. Yeah, you're not going to have anywhere to put the circle.
Yeah,
You can
I'm
do
literally
something
over my
without
head,
it.
and I'm literally up past my ears and shit right now.
Yep. Okay,
I guess I'm
so
not gonna see all this.
yeah, you don't. The only thing that you roll is initiative for the demon to put him in the, and then it makes the saving throw, but not till the end of its turn, so it's fine.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll me your persuasion.
Okay, and
First of
while
all.
I'm doing this, just for flavor, I'm rising up out of the water, flying with my boots. So I come up out of the water, announcing this, and I'll thaumaturgy the voice and make it as big and loud and intimidating as I can.
Beautiful.
Okay, sorry,
Alright.
I already rolled. I got a 21.
On the persuasion,
Whew.
good. And then roll a d20 just so I have an initiative for Flaquaban to stick him into the sequence.
So raw 9.
Raw 9. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just double checking.
And and then my command that I issue is if I don't know if Flocklobon understands bestial. Do I know if or just
I mean,
abysmal?
he understands you no matter what, because that's
Okay.
part of the summoning.
I'm going to say it in bestial so that they hear it, and I'm going to say if they continue to fight, destroy them. If they do not, hold.
He's got a +3 initiative. So he's at 9, so 10 and 12. Okay. I have to put FL because otherwise I'll think it's fetid. All right. We're going to be wrapping up soon here, so I just got to keep these initiative numbers for next time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you make these bold statements with a thundering voice that echoes off this massive cavern. So Copernicus, for everyone else's point of view, rises out of the sea of shit, like out of nothing, like, and then floating in the air with his arms spread wide, with a booming voice, says something in a language that none of the rest of you understand to these creatures. And then the massive tentacled form of Flocklobon, who you've all seen before in the river in the River del Plata, in another land and time. So the massive, like, Cthulhuid tentacles as Flocklobon rises in the lake of shit. So, hooray!
Sorry, Flocklobon.
Good.
The crocodile things are very, surprised. And Tromlin gets to go next.
I don't know that he told me them to hold. So I'm going to cast Lord of the Dance
Excellent.
Good.
on the one who's talking shit. Because there's either that or vicious mockery.
Yep. Okay, so Lord of the Dance, it makes a saving throw against your. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong character sheet. Your spell save DC of 15. It's making a wisdom save. I've rolled a 12. I don't think it has that much of a bonus, but I'm going to quickly check. No, +0. And no proficiency. So it is absolutely affected. So while you are concentrating on it for the next up to a minute, I believe, it is going to be forced to dance for you. So
Dance, my pretty.
what form of music are you creating for it to dance to? Because that's part of the deal. Do you play an instrument, or are you gonna kind of sing?
Yeah, I will improv an acapella hymn to Loth.
Loth is cool. Excellent. All right.
Loth is an awesome Loth.
He begins to sort of barrel spin in place in a swim dance. Actually, no. He pulls out a swim cap and pulls it on, and just starts doing synchronized swimming moves.
What I care most is he and the other one, while he's forced to dance, hear the name Loth over and over and over and over.
Yep, you're chanting the name that, well, in fact, that's probably the one thing that you understood of what Copernicus was saying to them, because he spoke in bestial, but he said the name Loth. So you can absolutely...
something Lolf.
Yeah. You can absolutely add to that terror. Okay, it's their turn. So Oogna, the one that you have escaped from, is coming after you because he doesn't even know what's going on up here.
No.
He's in for a shock. Hey guys, what the fuck is going on?
I rolled another saving throw for the one to break out of the dance. It cannot, so that's basically all it's going to do. The one who is being confronted by Flocklobon, I'm going to roll effectively a fear save. I'm going to roll what's the word I'm looking for here? A composure check, basically.
Good.
Like there's some crazy ass shit happening here. You shot the holy symbol out of his hand, and while it was like sitting there stunned, this like rising effigy came out of the water, and like some ancient mariner, and summoned like the monstrosity and is making these claims. Um, it does not roll well on insight against your persuasion.
Nice.
And it in fact is going to be affected as per a fear spell. It is going to turn and flee. It is fleeing in terror
Like that.
of the things that are happening. So it starts to swim in terror away. So that leaves the one that is on Oogna, which is going to give chase. You escaped and swam away, and it tried to bite at you, but it missed. So it is now going to swim rapidly after you and take another attempt to
At a
chomp
chomp.
upon you. 17?
17 is my armor class.
Okay, that's a hit then.
Yep.
This might not be great news
Nope.
for Oogna for the moment.
Nope.
That is.
I have 19 hit points.
No, you don't. You
Nope.
have -4.
Correct.
So that means you have 1.
I have 1.
Orc
Because you have
Yep.
the orc gift that for the first time you go down, you actually drop to 1
I
and
have
stay up.
1 hit. I'm just going to erase that 9.
But you are
You
once again
agree to die.
grappled in its jaws.
Mm-hmm.
And it will attempt, obviously, on subsequent turns to pull you down and barrel roll you again. Next up, Fetid. We're just going to finish this round and call it.
Yeah, I'm gonna wave and laugh. I don't think I really need to do much at the moment.
Well, you do see the amount of you do see Oogna breach the water and then get bitten again by the alligator,
Yeah.
and she does not look in good shape.
No.
That's true. That's true. Let's see. My heal is a touch, right?
It is, although you can cast it through your familiar.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I want to lay a cure wounds on her through.
So
Good old filth.
filth will like zip out of the air and bing on Oogna as she's being dragged back beneath the sewage.
So how the spell thing where I can bump it up to a 2nd level spell and put some more juice on it?
You can, and I believe you do still have a 2nd level spell slot left.
Yeah, I only used 1.
Oh, sweet.
That's right. The beast sense didn't count because that was
yeah. Mhm. So yeah, I'd like to bump that up to a level 2 then.
Nice.
Excellent. So that's an extra die.
And it's what, D6 again, or is this?
Don't think so. It's D8s, isn't it? Cure wounds.
Maybe, I don't know.
Cure wounds is 1d8 plus your spellcasting modifier, which is wisdom, and at 2nd level it's another d8. So 2d8 plus 4, I believe, is your total healing.
That's a good one. And that's okay. You get 19 hit points
nice.
back.
Sweet.
Nice. So I'm at
Almost
20.
as much as I could possibly give you.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Next up is Flacoban. Flacoban is obeying orders, which was to wait if they don't attack.
One of them is attacking Oogna.
Yeah, but it's not one of the ones that you were that he was aware of when you gave him orders. So I'm gonna roll for
See
whether
how
he
he-
decides it's valid to go after that one.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
No, he's basically this pair that he came up when you summoned him and were indicating, and not the new one that has joined, because he doesn't know, like, alligator thing. You're all flesh sacks to him. So he is not going. He is waiting for something to attack him, and particularly watching those two, or to attack you.
Yeah,
And
so he gets
either
his
of those things are happening.
disadvantage saving throw, but just still.
And he has definitely failed his saving throw. What's his target to break 3?
15.
Right. Yeah, he's failed. Because it's a charisma save. Yep. He barely failed, but he failed. So the roll is a 13. He is unable to break free of your control, but he won't do anything yet because he has not been ordered to do more. However, I'm going to consider that a held action, so if you give him different orders on your turn, I'll do it then. Oogna, you're up next.
Okay. I want to get out of here again.
Yep, 16 is
seems-
your target. Go to break free.
I rolled a 17, so yeah.
You 100% break free.
Yep.
You immediately wrench yourself out, but again, that is your action.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do next?
I'm gonna once again swim for all I'm worth, and I'm gonna see if I can
Okay.
get to like one of the walls.
Yeah, your boots would be.
Yeah, because I can probably climb up it.
You can, yeah, you can also, like, you could swim to the boat and get out too.
Yeah, yeah,
Like that's much easier. Like the walls are much, much farther away.
that's true. If I can get to the boat and maybe jump out of here.
He is making his attack of opportunity and he will hit you.
Gotcha. How many hit points will he do? Because I have 20.
I am going to assume that because his bite attack does the special stuff, I don't see why he would get to do it as his. Like I think he's going to get a bite on you, but he's not going to get the you're automatically grappled stuff.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
kind of.
If you hold till after my turn, I was going to cast Death Ward on you. So if you want to move after you have the Death Ward, that might be better. Don't know. I offer that for strategy.
Not terrible. I mean, yeah.
You can hold the rest of your action.
I can hold the rest of my action. Yeah, I'm just breaking
You
loose
can
of there.
break free and
Yep.
then hold. You also still have a bonus action
That's
after
true.
breaking free.
What can I do?
I don't
with
know
my
how many
bonus
things
action?
you have that you can do with a bonus action.
You can use a bonus action to disengage safely, so I could actually get out of range.
Oh, what's that? What's that one from?
Or am I thinking? Sorry, I'm thinking my monk. Nope, I don't have
Yes,
that one on the
that's
sheet.
special power.
Yeah.
Disengage for a bonus action is a thing that
Is a thing that other
yeah, like
character
certain
classes can do.
can do, and I don't think you have that one.
Nope, I do not have that one. So you know,
Nope, nope.
my bonus actions I think are just
You already used second
action
wind,
surge, second wind.
and you've used. Oh, no, you haven't used your action surge,
I haven't used my action surge, but it's not my
so
turn.
you can have an extra action.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, and that doesn't even cost your bonus action.
No, that doesn't.
Action surge
That's
is
just
once
straight up
pressed,
action
period.
surge. Yep.
So if you want to do something after you used your action to break free, you can use an action surge to get your full turn again.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, you can still do a bonus. If there was something else you could do with a bonus action, you could do it first, but I don't think there is.
Can I use the alligator or the crocodile to jump? Can I use him as my ground?
I mean, obviously, if Roger Moore can do it in a James Bond film,
Mm-hmm.
it clearly is a real physics that can be done.
Correct.
So yes, you can.
I am going to straddle this gator and then jump off of its back up out of the water as far as I can, hopefully to cling to a wall.
So you're gonna use your boots of leaping.
I'm going to use my
leap,
boots of leaping.
to do a serious leap. You may do that, but I will point out again that that's movement, and that would give him an opportunity attack against you.
That's true. Also,
But
I
you
think
can
action
also-
surge. Oh, action surge
Like
is
that-
extra action. It's not extra attack.
No, but you can attack.
Yeah.
With your action, like you
Yep.
you have a full turn now. You can beat the shit out of this thing if you want
That
to.
is true. Let's go down fighting.
And if you're gonna jump away from it and give it an opportunity attack, you might as well do all the damage
do
to
damage
it
first. No, that's true. Let's do that.
Also, if you do manage to do, say, a pushing attack, it wouldn't get an opportunity attack against you.
So I missed with one because I only
Okay.
rolled a. Well, maybe I missed. What's its DC?
What did you get?
9
look it
plus
up.
8 will be 17.
That'll hit.
That'll hit. Okay.
Yeah, so only
Then
got a 15 armor class.
I hit and I do a nat 20.
So one hit and one nat 20.
Yes.
Okay, well let's do the hit first.
Yes.
Um,
And because I will go down next round, I am going to spend my superiority point on it, obviously.
Yep. Well,
also
we've also
gonna-
got them all back because
That's
we
true.
had a short rest.
We had a short rest. I'm also going to throw my dice on the floor. Give me a second here.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
No.
that's the one I need to roll. Okay,
Okay,
so
roll your,
the
roll
first one, just a
damage.
straight up attack.
Normal damage. Yep.
Yep.
Plus the
That is
Purity
not
damage.
good damage, but it will give me.
Did you do the D8
I did.
as well?
I rolled a 1 and a 3.
Okay. So total
So
damage
11.
is
11
okay.
on that first hit, and I didn't say which of the maneuvers I was doing, but let's call it a pushing attack.
I'm assuming you're not doing a pushing attack because then you wouldn't be able to make the second
That's
attack.
true, yeah. Let's call it my fainting attack,
Sounds good.
which would have given me disadvantage if I'd missed the second roll, but I didn't.
Would give you advantage if you
Yeah,
missed
it would give
it,
me
but you rolled a
advantage.
nat 20, so
Yeah,
it's all fine.
so yeah.
But
So
with
let's
the nat 20,
roll some damage. I'm going to spend another point on that one, so I get my D8.
and that's the pushing attack because you want it to
Yep,
be pushed
I wanted
away,
to.
right?
I wanted to get the hail away from me. That's much better. Also, I've been doing savage attacks wrong. When I crit, I get to roll my weapons die again and add it to my critical.
Oh, right. I forgot you had
Yeah.
savage attack from
Yep.
that. Yeah.
So
Roll
I'm
one
going to
extra
add
die.
that as well.
One more D8. So you should be rolling a total of what, 3D8 on this attack?
Yeah.
Because of your, yeah, so 3D8. So roll the 3D8 plus your, sorry, don't roll that extra D8 and add it. Tell me on the side because I need to double everything else. I don't want you to
Right.
just roll a ton of extra damage.
Yeah. So that was a 7 and a 2.
So your base damage here is 9 plus what is your damage bonus?
7.
6, 5, 7.
Yeah. And then I rolled a 6 on the second D8.
So the first one was 7 and 2.
Yep.
So
Plus 7.
9,
So it would be 16.
16, doubled 32,
32.
then plus 6.
Yep.
38.
38.
Ow. It is very much bloodied. It was undamaged, but now it's definitely bloodied.
I punched this crocodile so hard.
And it is going to. Are you using that hammer two-handed? You weren't.
Yeah.
You were using it one-handed. Well, D8, right? Not D10?
No, I rolled a D10, so it was a 2-hand.
Oh, I thought you were rolling D8s. Okay. Just wondering because if you're using it one-handed, you could use your bonus attack to hit it again with an offhand
That's true.
attack. But too late.
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to make a saving throw to see if it got knocked away from you as you were attempting to do. I rolled a 3. I'm pretty sure it doesn't have enough of a bonus to overcome your DC. So you push it away. You knock it away from you with that pushing attack, and then you can use your movement. Now you don't have the gator to jump off of, but you're close enough to the boat to use the boat to jump off of if you wish.
Sure.
Or you can just get into the boat, whatever you prefer.
No, I don't want to lead these gators to the boat if they're angry at me, because the boat is where the
So
kids are.
Get to the boat, use it to leap, and then leap as far away as you can.
Yep.
With the rest of your crazy movement. All right.
That is what a frog would do if it was getting chased by a gator.
Right.
Yeah.
Wing. And in fact, you guys were, I imagine you're relatively close to the walls of that pillar because that's where you were finding the effluent. So you can't get to the outer wall, ring wall, but
Right.
you can get to the central pillar wall. So you're
Just
there, clinging to the wall.
Yep.
Like a fawn.
Yep.
All right. And now, Copernicus, and this will be where we end it. A little over here.
So in a very like offhanded way, I'm going to tell Flocobon like go destroy the one that's chasing my friend. It's distracting, and then keep my full attention on the gators whose attention we do have. And then while Flocobon's like frothing the water and ripping this thing apart or whatever, I'll say like you can already feel Lolth's song inside you. You know that your conversion is coming. Bring your people along. We can save them too. But the choice is up to you now. As Troblin continues to chant.
Good.
Any other attack, or are you just going to give commands and?
Oh, and then I'll cast Deathward on Oogna. While I'm at it.
Nice.
Done.
Lolth's followers can defy death itself.
I'm going to make a note of that so we don't forget.
Yeah.
And that is where we're going to wrap it. So one of these.
For just as a note, I have to use up one of my Ring of Sorcery charges to cast a non-touch version of that.
Ah, right.
Gotcha.
So that we're doing this above board.
Yep. You guys can keep track of that one. So Flocobon is going to do Let's see here. Just going to double check how much damage he's going to do that thing. Actions. There we are. Multi-attack. Yikes. Okay. That'll hit. That'll hit. 3d6 plus 4. Can you roll that for me? I'm going to roll a second one.
Yeah.
3d6 plus 4 for me, and I'll roll one over here. Ouch.
13 on mine.
17 on mine. So that's 30 more damage. That was done to that that one alligator while from Flockwabon. And then Flockwabon is going to fail his I had a nat 20 on one of those rolls.
Ooh.
But the other one's not gonna do it. He's only got a +1, and I rolled a 13. 14 total, not enough.
That's close too, though.
That's very, very close. He almost got free though, but he did not. Yeah, he's like practically already killed that thing. We can assume that that's gonna not go well for it.
Lane, can you roll me a d10?
I can. I rolled an 8.
Pete, next time what you need to do is send Aquabon after those kobolds.
Yeah.
Oh
that
my God.
is Metageeky.
Metageeky,
turn in early for the
you
night, but
are the winner.
Metageeky.
We know how to get a hold of Metageeky.
Oh yes, we're good.
For those who are unaware, subscribers get to be part of the draw for artwork. And that is what Metageeky has just won for this particular stream. And that's it for tonight for us. Thank you very much for your votes and your attention. And we will see y'all in 2
Probably
weeks.
2 weeks.
I believe that's
December
the plan.
2nd?
December 2nd is the current plan for the next game.
Cool. All right.
And yeah, anybody have anything you want to shout out in the last seconds here before we call her quits?
TheBuzzers.net and comicskingdom.com/Popeye every Sunday.
Yay, comics. All right, y'all. We will see you next time.
See you next time.
And then, are we off?